Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we're gonna be working on getting the transmission back in. Transmission pan, back installed. So previously, went ahead and got everything ripped out, replaced, and started up the car. When I did that off camera, I had leaks everywhere, coming from this portion over here of the transmission pan, as well as the valve covers and the intake manifold. So I got to replace a lot of these gaskets and kind of get going before I can really do much. But went ahead and changing out the gasket itself. So previously just had like a cork gasket on there. I got this nice, super thick Moroso gasket. I just got that off Amazon. It's a little pricey, but I've heard nothing but good things about this gasket. Kind of looking around on some forums and everything like that. You know, you get what you pay for, and as you guys can see, I mean, that thing is super thick, and I think it's like steel core or metal core or something in there to keep it all nice. In regards to the pan, this is also just a generic C4 automatic transmission pan. Unfortunately, it's chrome. I wanted a black one, but I couldn't find a black one anywhere online without having to wait some time to get it. So we'll just deal with chrome, not a big deal. What happened with the old one was when I replaced the transmission pan and everything, I think where I jacked it up on this kind of pan itself, I actually ended up messing up and bowing out the actual pan and not necessarily warping it, but bowing it out. So it was leaking up in this section here pretty bad. And when I took off the pan, I mean, I couldn't do anything with it. It was pretty beat up. Last time I installed this pan, when I switched out and everything, I just used a normal gasket and I put a whole bunch of the RTV transmission stuff on there, and I think that played into you know, kind of ruining the pan, getting it off, because I just went super heavy first time doing it, so I didn't really know how much to use, and probably went a little overboard. I mean, that like trying to get that stuff off is like impossible. So reading around online, it seems like a lot of people just use this rubber gasket with no sealant or anything on it. So I'm going to give that a shot and see what happens. I'm not exactly hopeful that it is going to seal, you know, super awesome and great. I'm assuming it will still leak unless I put some RTV at least on it, at least a little bit, but I really don't know. So this is a rather easy, you know, pan to get to underneath the car. So I figured I'll go ahead and try it with this nice thick gasket from Moroso, see if that changes it. And, you know, if it still leaks or anything, at least I know that I have a brand new nice gasket and brand new nice pan. Everything should be nice and flat and smooth, straight. And then I could just come back and add some RTV to it. Let's get you guys set up outside. It's actually pretty hot right now, so I'm just gonna put you on a time lapse and we'll go from there. Okay guys, I guess I forgot to hit record on that time lapse, but as you guys can see, the pan is in. Very easy, just take off the bolts, put on the new pan, the new gasket, and torque them down. According to online, it's 12 to 16 foot-pounds. So that is what I did. I did a two-stage like torque spec. Started with 12, went to 15, and you can see when I started actually tightening it, it started squeezing that gasket out around all the bolts pretty hard. And actually, I don't know if you guys can see it, kind of started to like bend where the bolts go into the pan itself. So I'm assuming that's correct, and that's how it's going to create a seal. I don't really know yet. Everything I read online, a lot of people think that's a little too tight, but to be honest, when I did that, it felt like they could keep going a little bit more. So I don't know how accurate that 12 to 15 foot-pounds was, but you know, we went up to 15, and I'm assuming with that being squishing the gasket and everything, that's going to be fine. But with that, I'm gonna put some fluid in. I can't even start the car yet, so I'm gonna actually wait to put fluid in. I gotta fix a couple other little things. So in that case, I'll probably actually end the video there. What I'll end up doing is doing a couple other little gaskets, intake manifold gasket and valve cover gaskets. Probably do those two in the same video, and then I'll do a startup video probably after that, where we can check everything. So if anybody has any advice or any tips, tricks, comments below, please leave them in the comments. That way we can hopefully help anybody else along their Mustang restoration journey. Thank you guys for all the support. I know it's been a while, but we're getting back to it. Now that we have some time, the weather's cooperating a little bit more. So thanks guys for all the support.